Hello, welcome to this update. This is a very quick update for North America, just to mention some storms and some snow as well. So we have this front across Florida, now in Georgia with some rain, and a few clippers in the Pacific Northwest and the northern states with some snow as well. So there's one in the northeast, some snow from Ohio to New England, and also some snow in North Dakota and spots in central Canada. There are some strong fronts in the Pacific Northwest with a lot of snow across British Columbia into Washington and Oregon and spots in Alberta. So throughout next week shows more fronts, heavy rain on Monday across the Pacific Northwest and heavy snow in the mountains, especially Washington and Oregon, some very heavy snow there and into the Rockies, northern Rockies by Tuesday. There'll be this clipper shows again on Tuesday throughout central Canada, some snow and even slightly freezing rain on the European model Tuesday into Wednesday. And these clippers just head east towards the Great Lakes later. Shows on Wednesday some snow on the Great Lakes. And on Wednesday, another front in the Pacific Northwest and Canada with more rain in Washington, Oregon, and snow in the Rockies, some heavier snow there too, and more snow in Alberta, spots there in British Columbia. So please be careful. By December 11th, shows still some snow central Canada and some freezing rain and snow down to the U.S, North Dakota and some areas. Thursday the 11th and Friday the December 12th shows some snow in the northern U.S still with an Arctic outbreak on December 12th with more cold. Then still shows more snow after that in a few spots in the Pacific there in Canada and other areas. So please be careful. Now towards the east coast shows there's the snow there in the northeast now, goes into Nova Scotia, Atlantic Canada tomorrow Monday, and then does show a few more in Ontario and Quebec Tuesday and Wednesday, especially New York, Pennsylvania. Wednesday shows more snow and then this low pressure towards the Atlantic Canada with some more snow and rain. And then that shows some drizzles of snow there on Thursday, spots to West Virginia there into Pennsylvania. And even shows in the European some light snow there in the Midwest Thursday. And Thursday into Friday, and there across the mid-Atlantic, potentially more snow again, but still watching after that because still showing some snow until the 15th in a few areas on the near the east coast. So please be aware. These systems, there's like the European model shows snow there in the Pacific Northwest, some tremendous amounts. British Columbia show like 150, 142 centimeters, even 200 in a few areas. So these mountains in British Columbia should get a lot of snow. Please be careful. And all of British Columbia might get snow, except the extreme south in Vancouver. But that shows snow most of the territory, some 79 centimeters or more in the Rockies, and then does show in Alberta some widespread snow as well, especially in the Rockies and central southern areas. Saskatchewan as well, more snow, and the southern half of Manitoba shows snow there too. And then continuing Canada shows there in Ontario, Southern Ontario, the European some 30 centimeters, the GFS 31, a few spots Southern Quebec and Ontario. Next 5 days, this is only until Friday, and shows in Quebec some 7 centimeters, 35 in the north, northern Labrador shows more as well, and spots there across Atlantic Canada 20 centimeters or more, the GFS to 24, and most in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick next 5 days show some as well. Going to the U.S. shows the Northeast, the European some 3 inches, spots there across New Hampshire, even 6 inches, especially upstate New York, some 10 inches or more, a few spots there in Pennsylvania, there into southwestern New York, and into Michigan shows most of the state with snow as well, some 9 inches in the north. The European showing some dust in North Carolina there, in Virginia, some 2 inches, so be aware because the GFS is also showing snow in North Carolina next 5 days. So this is a possibility. Tennessee, a light dusting, spots there in Missouri into the Midwest, and especially right there in Minnesota and to Wisconsin, right in the path of these clippers, shows from Minnesota to Michigan, more snow like 8 inches or more, northern Wisconsin. in the Rockies there as well. So in the coast of Washington and Oregon doesn't show anything, but shows like in the Cascades in Washington more than 55 inches of snow from those Pacific fronts. A little bit northern Washington, but and especially central Washington. In northern Oregon shows a little bit, but most of it will be in Washington. So be aware, shows northeastern Oregon a little bit, into the Rockies in Idaho, spots in Montana some 37 inches next 5 days. The GFS around 24, but depends on the location. Shows in Wyoming, near eastern Wyoming, but also in the Rockies, western Wyoming and Colorado shows a little bit, a tiny bit in northern Utah, but like very little. So be aware and be careful that there's snow. The GFS has much of the Midwest, like Dustin as well, and a lot in Washington and the Rockies. So stay safe. And northern Canada is not so severe, but does show spots northern territories, spots there, northern Quebec and everything. But Alaska should get some 2 inches in the north, even like 3 inches. So be aware. And southern Alaska has a little break for now, but the snow might come again soon. So please be careful. The rain accumulation might be severe there on the coast of Washington. This is just rain. This is not snow on the coast, like 8 to 10 inches next 5 days, the Washington and Oregon coast. So please, this might cause some flooding. The GFS like 5 to 8 inches in a few areas, especially near the coast. The icon as well. The icon is quite severe to 12 inches in northern Oregon to Washington. So please stay safe. In British Columbia, some 100 centimeters in a few areas. On the coasts, like some 131, some spots near the coast. So some minor flooding, those cold fronts possible. Further south, some 48 millimeters in Vancouver, a little bit better. But stay safe. Shows a little bit of rain in Florida, not so much, more the Florida Straits and Cuba, and shows in Mexico, Central America, 75 to 92 centimeters, a few areas, Guatemala, and some widespread showers in Central America, but nothing too crazy. So be aware, some light showers, the Eastern Caribbean, a storm or two, but mainly some light showers, more in the Bahamas there. So be aware, and Bermuda might be in the path of some cold fronts too. So be careful with these systems there in the northern US and everything. There'll be snow, but also mixed precipitation like rain and even sometimes some freezing rain, even spots in the Rockies there and everything. So, but this system shows mostly snow since central Canada there into eastern Canada, mostly snow, but does show some rain in the Great Lakes as well and some freezing rain in a few portions. So be careful and stay aware of this snow. Now there's the next thing. The models are showing a cold blast on December 12th with much below average temperatures across southern Canada, northern US. Some areas might be as low as minus 26 degrees Celsius or something, or even like minus 30 in Canada. So please stay safe and shows there this goes as far south as the East Coast in the US by December 14th. So now there's already below average temperatures near eastern Canada and the eastern US, but this cold blast on the 12th might be strong. The GFS is coming in harder, like some much below average temperatures in the northern US on the 12th. This will be next Friday, starting next Thursday. So we'll monitor this and try to get more updates. But prepare for some more freezing temperatures around those areas, especially like central to northern US. But the GFS takes it as far south as the southeast as well, below average temperatures. So be careful in those areas. We won't go through all the days here, but let's just get an idea. Like today and tomorrow, the northeast, some single digits still in a few areas. Some 30s as far south as Alabama, Mississippi, and like some 20s in the Carolinas, Virginia. So please be careful. But let's go to like day 5 next Thursday, for example, in the cold blast, shows minus 16 degrees Fahrenheit in the north as the blast of cold air comes into next Friday, some minus 17 North Dakota, as far south as Illinois, some minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. So please be careful, shows like 27 southern Mississippi next Friday. So this has the potential to be a very dangerous cold blast. So please stay safe, monitor these freezing temperatures, and stay warm. Let's check some ice. Not showing any ice the next 24 hours. Maybe a spot or two, but barely nothing. And there's like some snow. Does show snow there in the next 48 hours in the Rockies, some higher values there, especially in the Cascades too, and it shows the Midwest there in two spots in the Northeast, New England, a few inches, but not too much. And the next 48 hours are in Virginia, the Appalachians, some snow, so be aware in those areas. So stay safe and be careful. In Canada, same thing, the temperatures. It's starting to look like Siberia with minus 44 degrees Celsius next Friday, the 12th. So please monitor this because Siberia is trying to invade North America, this frigid temperature. So please stay safe. So minus 41, British Columbia next Thursday. And now, December 7th does show like most of Canada under negative temperatures, some minus 25 in Quebec, spots there minus 25 in Ontario, Nunavut to minus 35 there in Yukon, minus 42 in the south, some minus 19, minus 20, some minus 6 in the southeast. So just stay safe and stay warm. Please stay very warm. Some days might be slightly above zero in the south, like southern Saskatchewan, but later this cold plunge will come in with all force. So please stay safe, be careful in those areas. We'll keep watching and monitor for strong winds as well. Like, let's see some potential wind gusts today, December 7th, there in the Rockies, shows some strong gusts tomorrow, the 8th in the U.S. side, but also Canada as well. And especially there in British Columbia on the coast, some severe wind gusts near the Pacific and there near Atlantic Canada as well. Monday night to Tuesday, and the U.S. Rockies, some severe wind gusts possibly Tuesday. So be careful to the northern plains. And like when the seasons pass through the Great Lakes, some higher gusts in the Midwest and spots in the Rockies might continue. So stay safe and stay weather aware because later into next week there'll be more changes. So stay safe.